I was wary about doing this segment. I've been wary about doing it for a while because I find it so ridiculously boring. You could bring up that picture if you had a phone call or something like that. Yeah, the Kenny Rogers one. Yeah. I find Texas Hold'em to be ridiculously boring, but I played this casino game and there's a bunch of people like, hey, you're pretty good at Texas Hold'em. And I was like, there's no such thing. Texas Hold'em is all luck. And they're like, no, you're good. You win consistently. It's like, why don't you do your show? Because everyone knows I do the show on that game. Why don't you talk about how to play Texas Hold'em on your show? And I was like, it's so boring. See, I play complicated games. I play role-playing games. Texas Hold'em is boring to me. I play that casino game when I'm watching a video of something else. I'm watching a video on the Second Punic War, and I'm just playing Texas Hold'em. They're like, oh, I'm winning? Oh, I won? Okay. It's so like background noise to me. Playing a game like this is so ridiculously simple. I always say that Texas Hold'em is just a very slow community slot machine. All right? And to be honest, it's like if you want advice on how to play Texas Hold'em, it's really all contained in the Kenny Rogers song. You got to know when to hold 'em, you got to know when to fold 'em, know when to walk away, know when to run, and you never count your money while you're sitting at the table. There'll be time enough accounting for it when the dealing's done. That beautiful line of poetry sums up how to play Texas Hold'em. All right. First of all, you get 2 cards. I'm not going to pretend like you don't know anything about how to play Texas Hold'em. All right. Shit, I'm starting to get bored already. All right. You get two of the pocket cards, right? And so as soon as you know your cards cannot win, you need to fold them. That's to run away. Okay? Folding immediately is running away. However, if you can continue the game for as long as possible with just checking, that's walking away. As soon as you know your 2 cards can't win, you either walk away or you run. All right? And you run when somebody wants more money. All right? However, if you get two good pocket cards, like say an ace and a 5 or something like that, that's something you want to stick with and maybe bet on, but don't never raise on your own unless you're going all in. We'll get to that. All right? So you get a flop. You got the ace and the 5. You get a flop, right? And there's another ace on the table. Now, you can't get excited about having a pair of aces, all right, because it could be a straight or a flush still coming. All right? You can't really be confident until every single card is out or mathematically you know you're going to win. All right? So say you got the 2 aces out. You can't get excited, all right? Because there's more cards coming out and there could be a straight that could beat your aces. All right? Plus, don't get excited about things like pocket aces. Pocket kings or something like that. You can't get excited. That's how people know that you got good cards. What you do is you check every time. Unless you know you can beat anyone else on the table, if somebody else's raises, then you call. All right? And once mathematically you know you are going to win, then you go all in. That's the only time you go all in. All right? And when it comes to Texas Hold'em, you can't be thinking you're going to have a short game. You got to park there for a while. You got to stay in the game for a while. And you're folding a lot of hands. All right? If you're going to win, you got to fold a lot of hands. All right? And you can't get excited about things like an ace or something like that. Or say you get like a 9 and 10 in your pocket, and then a jack, queen, king comes out in the flop, and you're thinking, oh man, I got a straight. This is mine. I'm going all in. And then the next 2 cards, the turn and the river come out, and boom, somebody else has got a flush. All right? That's a bad time to raise. Bad time to raise. So you got to know. You got to know. Sometimes you'll know. It's like sometimes you even got to gamble that you're going to get a flush. All right? And that's the actual gambling part of it. All right? So say you got like 2 clubs in your pocket, and then 2 clubs come out in the flop. All right, you got 4. That's 4 clubs. That could be a flush, but somebody else has got a couple, like 2 pair. You could tell, right? But for 2 more cards, there's a 25% chance one of them is going to be a club. It might be worth like calling until you realize that you don't have a flush, and then you fold. You run. So knowing when to hold them, knowing when to fold them, knowing when to walk away, knowing when to run. All right. You got to do that for a long time. What was the other line? Is like, never count your money while you're sitting at the table. The blinds will swing like crazy. The blinds will swing like crazy, and you have to stick to your formula. You have to stick to this. It's like as soon as you know you can't win, throw them away. As soon as you know you will win, all in. You got to keep playing by it. So when the chips start swinging like crazy later in the game, when the blinds get real high, you can't be intimidated by that. You can't be intimidated by the giant stacks of chips that are moving around. All right? I mean, it's all contained right there in the song. And there's even other lessons in there, like don't get high on your own supply in that song. You know? Because the gambler, he stole that dude's whiskey and bummed his cigarette. And the light. Don't get high on your own supply. There's a lot of good life lessons in that song. But mostly, it's how to play Texas Hold'em. And that's what I just explained to you. And if you need more to understand this incredibly simple game, you know there's only 52 cards on the deck, right? Can you keep track of 52 things? I can keep track of hundreds of things.